midnight screams.
There's only one rule to remember if you see the Buttonhook Men. Don't tell a soul they exist. They'll disappear you. And for breaking this rule, I'll soon find out where their victims go. I won't be able to outrun them. After all, they're not really men at all. A buttonhook is a handheld aid with a curved hook at one end and a handle at the other. It fastens and unfastens unyielding buttons. That's all. It's not an exciting invention, not even a particularly well-known one. Certainly not sinister in the slightest. But, even the most mundane of tools can do far from mundane things in willful hands. For context, I learnt about the immigration officers of Ellis Island in history class. Men who used button hooks to intrusively inspect prospective American citizens for trachoma, a contagious eye disease that resulted in blindness when left untreated. Eyelids were peeled back like fruit skin. A ghastly procedure. These immigration officers became known as the Buttonhook Men, and they were feared by those being processed on the island. That's a horror story in itself, but not the one I'm here to tell. No, this is the story of the unearthly creatures my friends and I came to call the Buttonhook. Men, influenced by our recent history lesson. These creatures have been disappearing people in my hometown, which I'll call No Place, for 29 years. Bear in mind that the original Buttonhook Men of Ellis Island were just that. Men. And men die. It's ideas that live. Stories. Monsters. Only, these aren't the fictional kind. They're real, no matter how much you might want them not to be. And if you think they won't come for you, God save your soul, because this is bigger than my hometown. None of us will be safe for long. First, they come for someone else. Next, they come for you. No Place is a fourth-rate crap heap, and always has been, but our economy really nosedived in the 90s. Of course, my friends and I were too young to understand why. We didn't know or care about austerity, about powerful men who bled the working class, the middle class, and even some of the upper class. It's a confusing thing, the way the world works. That's why most of us simply choose not to study the mechanisms. We only really give a hoot when life becomes expensive, hard. And isn't it the darndest thing that those responsible always make sure we point our fingers at each other? That was what broke No Place in 1998, when I was 11 years old. And by the time the Buttonhook Men arrived, it was already too late. Tom, Pari, Julianne, and I called ourselves the Fun Four back then. We looked out for one another. Pari, mostly. She was born in No Place, but her mother, Samira, moved here from India in the late 80s, pregnant, recently widowed, and in catastrophic straits. She upheaved her life to survive, to ensure her soon-to-be-born girl would survive. Pari had a good life, mostly. She caught a few racist remarks here and there, but the Fun Four looked out for her. The trouble started to brew in '95 with the unveiling of No Place's Megamart. It quickly drove local shops out of business, and when the supermarket hired Samira, it was easy for No Place citizens to blame her, the brown-skinned cashier. Life became scary for them, but fear came for us all on December 20th, 1998. That night, in Pari's bedroom, the Fun Four watched films on a bulky box television. It was a distraction sleepover. See, whilst we were upstairs, Pari's mother was being interrogated by Constable Harrison in the kitchen. No Place's police constable was a nice-mannered man, but a weak one. Despite his pleasantries and platitudes, he had no backbone. Case in point, Harrison was following up on a baseless accusation made by Mrs. Bradshaw, whose husband's bakery went under in '97, an accusation that Samira had used falsified information when applying for British citizenship nearly 12 years earlier. That was a lie. What film next? I asked. Pari shrugged. I don't care, Joshua. Anything. Just the tears made their entrance. They're gonna make us move to India. Tom frowned. But you're not even from India. Doesn't matter. Mrs. Bradshaw called us foreign muck, and everybody agrees. Well, I don't, Julianne said. And my brother told me Mrs. Bradshaw got a Brazilian butt lift a few years earlier. Should we ask the policeman to send that foreign muck back too? Tom and I chuckled, and Pari came close. An hour later, once the constable had finished his interrogation and left, Samira came up to Pari's room. Bedtime now, she said. Then she nodded at Tom and me. You two will go in the spare room. Julianne, you'll sleep in here with Pari. Tom got to his feet. Yes, ma'am. I'm special, Julianne whispered to me, and I nudged her, in the ribs. Pari began. Mum? What did? Not now, Betty, her mother said, before nodding more sternly at me. Bedtime, Joshua. It's 9 o'clock. Sorry, I said, getting to my own feet and joining Tom at the door. I turned back before shutting it and smiled softly at Pari. It'll be okay, Paz. She said nothing. Instead, my friend sniffled, burrowed beneath her duvet, and flicked off the bedside lamp. Julianne remained on the carpet in that dimly moonlit room, and she spoke to me with a shrug. I don't know what to do to make all of this better, it said. I returned with a nod because I didn't know either. A still sobbing Samira closed her daughter's door, then led Tom and I across the upstairs landing. As she opened the door to the spare room, I thought of something warm to say, something that might dry her eyes. But before I had a chance, Pari's mother let out a faint croak of horror and shot her arms sideways. She was bracing Tom and me from something ahead, something in the blackness of her bedroom doorway at the end of the corridor. It was black, unlike any other black. I don't know how else to put it. Just as I don't know whether I turned cold as the result of Samira's sudden movement, or as the result of being eyed by that doorway's colorless cavity. Whatever the case, I feared it more than anything else in the world. What's wrong, ma'am? Was Tom's timid question. Samira stood still and answered with a shake of her head, but she did not twist to face us. I didn't like that. And the longer we stood there, staring into that dark door frame, the more assured I became that something is staring back at us. Ma'am, Tom pressed, tugging on Samira's sleeve to get a response. What's in... There's nothing in the doorway, Thomas, she said before he finished the question. Then, as Samira started to shepherd us into the spare room, I glimpsed something. A silver curl glinting from the black of the doorway. I thought I'd imagined it, but as Pari's mother closed the door on Tom and me, I heard him whisper, Buttonhook. I knew exactly what Tom was referencing. Ellis Island. The Buttonhook Men. But he had to be wrong, I decided. It was a trick of the light. It was a Buttonhook Man, Tom said. From the photos Mr. Langton showed us. I shook my head. No, shut up. It wasn't anything. It was... Go to bed, boys, Samira said from the other side of the door, and do not leave this room. There followed creaks of floorboards as Pari's mother crept along the hallway towards her bedroom. And then nothing. Not the sound of Samira shutting her bedroom door. Just nothing. No noise at all. "What's going on?" Tom said. "Don't," I warned fruitlessly, knowing my friend too well, but he had already pushed down the handle and opened the bedroom door. Tom was the smartest of the Fun Four, but stupidly brave. He had no survival instincts. I begrudgingly chased him onto the upstairs landing, and we stopped under the glow of the orange light overhead. We eyeballed the black of Samira's bedroom. On the carpet before that threshold were her fluffy white slippers and red droplets. "W, what is that?" I whimpered, knowing full well that it was blood. "Something's happened to her," Tom said. "We need to do something. We need to tell someone." The moment he uttered that final word, there sounded a dissonant clink from Samira's room. Tom looked at me, ready to do something and tell someone, and I merely whimpered with great dread as I looked over his shoulder at the doorway. The dark from within was spreading without. It gushed out of the doorframe and towards us, a black stream through a ravine of white walls. "There's nothing in the doorway," Samira had promised. Well, I'd known that was a lie. Known Tom was right. We hadn't imagined the glint of silver. As the darkness engulfed us, nearly entirely extinguishing the light above, Tom turned on his heel. The two of us faced the black of the doorway, faced the figure emerging from it. It wasn't a man, much as the silver tip of his appendage wasn't a button hook, or a hand, or anything remotely of our world. But I needed a frame of reference to stop my terrified mind from unraveling entirely, so I accepted Tom's name. This was a Buttonhook Man, like the ones from Ellis Island. The thing was cloaked in shade, which sloshed from its black portal and nearly drowned the light bulb entirely. I was glad of that. What I could see was already too much. This bipedal thing, with limbs tapering off into keen silver tips, each bearing a slight curve, may have had a face, a mouth, eyes, but maybe not. I tried not to look too closely, tried only to drag Tom back into the bedroom. He resisted, of course. "Where is she?" my friend asked. The Buttonhook Man answered by wrapping bladed limbs like a noose around Tom's neck and hoisting the boy into the air. "Don't kill me!" he wailed. The creature obliged. It uncoiled one of its silvery extremities from Tom's throat, then surgically jabbed at his eyes. My friend screeched louder as the Buttonhook Man blinded him. And I screeched, selfishly, as I presumed myself to be next. When the creature finished plucking out Tom's eyes, I prayed a silent prayer for it to be over, for the inhuman thing to slink back into the shadows. But the Buttonhook Man put its silver appendage to work again, this time driving a hook up Tom's nostril and having a rootle, fishing deeply up into my friend's head. What horrified me most was that Tom's moans of terror quickly devolved, became moans of confusion, moans of vegetative nothingness. And then the Buttonhook Man removed its pointed limb to reveal what must have been gray matter from Tom's skull. My once wise, though admittedly foolhardy, friend had been rendered a lobotomized husk. He presumably shuffled past me, down the stairs, and out of the door. But the terrible truth is that I don't remember. I was in shock, near catatonic. I don't remember what became of him. I don't know where he went. I know only that he's not been seen since that day in 1998 because I wasn't registering anything. I was thinking only, run. I have to run. Which the Buttonhook Man proved to be true as it slashed a silver limb end my way. The thing lacerated my forearm, drawing a gash from my wrist up to my elbow and an agonized yelp from my core. The scar stays with me to this day. The feeling of that cold appendage icing not only the flesh and the bone below, but my very heart. It felt, for a moment, as if I had been changed not only physically, but emotionally, as if I had become a husk of a person blind to empathy, blind to any human thought or feeling. Pulling back from the lurching creature, I gunned for Pari's room, tore open her door, and slammed it behind me. As pounding came from the other side, I turned to find myself in another moonlit space bearing an unfolding scene of horror. Pari was lying in bed, screaming up at the face of another Buttonhook Man towering above her. Silver E reaching towards her, speaking the unspoken threat of disappearance, sending her wherever her mother had been sent. Julianne was sitting on the carpet with arms around her legs. She rocked back and forth, watched helplessly as Pari seemed poised to meet her end at the hooks of the creature from the black. "It says my mum is... she's..." Pari didn't finish any of her sentences. Julianne crawled over the floor towards me and tugged at my hand. "We need to go." I nodded and looked at the Buttonhook Man, whose attention had shot to Julianne and me, the two loose ends, threatening to escape. With that, I understood this creature. Well, of course, I didn't understand it. It was a horror from another world, one I wouldn't possibly ever hope to understand. But I understood Tom's fatal flaw. He had threatened to tattle. "Please, just let us leave with her," I begged the Buttonhook Man. "We won't tell a soul what we saw, I promise." I don't know whether it understood me, don't know whether it even spoke our language, but I do know that the man observed me for a second, recognized my cowardice, recognized that I was telling the truth. In that moment, I truly intended to never tell a soul. A promise I have only broken now, after nearly 3 decades. The bedroom light burst to life, and the Buttonhook Men vanished with the dark. But the Fun Force survived that night in body only. Tom never showed up, no matter how hard the police searched. Pari ended up in a psychiatric ward, fractured by both the disappearance of her mother and what experts called delusions of Buttonhook Men. My cousin, Wesley, still lives in Nawplace. He says Julianne's the town drunk these days. She works as a plumber, and a damn bad one. As for me, I've lived overseas for 20 years, and I've teetered on being committed to psychiatric wards myself. Who would believe my story? Who would believe the supernatural things I saw that night? Well, people in no place, apparently. I've heard things over the years. Stories from Wesley, disappearances of other citizens, strange sightings in dark doorways, unearthly things. I didn't used to care. No place was on the other side of the world from me. But now it's happening everywhere. People are going missing. That's why I'm sharing my story here. You see, I've been seeing them again, in doorways, in the shade, glints of silver, outlines of things far from men. They're not upholding the deal, so what's the use in keeping hush anymore? What's the use in keeping my promise? The Buttonhook Men are coming for us all. I realized that yesterday when my elderly neighbor, a sweet French lady named Susie, said familiar words over coffee. There's nothing in the doorway. My heart seized in fear, much as it did back in '98, but not as sharply as it did this morning. Susie has disappeared. They're not just in no place. Maybe they never were. So, I'm currently about to board a flight back to my hometown, back to see Wesley and make heads and tails of this horror, before it makes me disappear too. Before I find out where those people went, I don't think I want to know. The following message has been composed with the unanimous consent of the O5 Council. For those of you unaware of our existence, we represent the body known as the SCP Foundation. Our previous mission centered on the containment and study of anomalous objects, entities, and phenomena. This mission has been the focus of our organization for over 100 years. Due to factors beyond our control, this mission has changed. Our new mission will be the annihilation of the human race. For over a century, the SCP Foundation has stored, contained, and protected, ensuring the survival of humanity. We have sacrificed ourselves in the dark so that you could live in the light. But, in the course of that research, we were led to simpler things, to the human subconscious, for instance. And there, we found something. Something hiding deep within the collective unconscious of all mankind. A presence so vile, so horrifying. This project uncovered a parasitic entity living in the subconscious of every human being. The Foundation had to find a way to remove it, because if it were allowed to fully mature, the fate of humanity would be worse than death. After exhausting all research and every possible option for mankind's salvation, the SCP Foundation came to a single, terrifying conclusion. The only way to stop its plan is to destroy all of its hosts. A wave of mass suicides occurred before a temporary solution could be implemented. It was a cognitohazard capable of removing the entity's influence from all Foundation personnel, but it also stripped them of their grief, their empathy, and their humanity. Meanwhile, a team from the FBI's Unusual Incidents Unit was dispatched to Area 12, a clandestine bioresearch facility that went dark just hours before the Foundation declared war on the world. We will stop the Foundation's plan, scouring blood-soaked corridors and decaying laboratories to complete a very simple mission. To answer the question, why? Why did the Foundation find it? Why did they unleash the monsters they had imprisoned? Why is this the only way? Why did Area 12 go dark? Why does this feel like it's happened before? This is why. Okay, so our mission is to open the inner bridge door. That means opening the first containment door, which is where that three-nosed thing is. Oh shit, shoot, 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 what the hell, taking damage. That camera, smash that damn camera. Oh, this camera's already half broken. I should finish the job. What was that sound? What happened? Why are you two bleeding? What the? I knew you guys were a bunch of cheap-shot knife throwers. One person watch. One person watch. One person watch. 3 of you run. 1 watches. 3 run. Go, 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 go. It's like it strips them of all humanity. Yeah. It erases everything that makes them human, so the parasite can't live in their heads anymore. It's still worse than death. Basically, when this parasite fully matures, what happens to mankind is worse than death. All right, the ghost thing is coming out. I spanked its ass. Where are you going? Which way? Huh? Holy shit! Where did everyone go? Guys, this way works. It can get through here. Oh, there it is. Hello, we have to get to that red door. Over there. Over there. See it? Okay. 1 person on watch. Found it. Hey, this guy's head is on backwards. These guys still think the Foundation is on their side. They don't know yet that the Foundation is releasing every single SCP from containment. They're freeing everything, and they're killing everyone, including their own personnel. There's a weapon case up here. Definitely has ammo. Oh, the door. The door. The door. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Jesus. Why am I even good at this game? Why don't I just... So cheap. I think I just one of them. And that's when I had to save Leo. Mommy's here to save baby Leo. Leo, baby Leo, where are you? Baby Leo's right here. Its sounds, they don't match its actual position. Yeah, it's fast, it's too fast. Like, it's just so fast it... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gotta get to the red place. We've opened a deeper door. Okay, I know. Okay, guys, follow me. Get up and watch. One watch, one watch, one on watch up here, here, here. Okay, 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 here, here. I'm watching. Oh, shit! Where are you going? How did I end up at the back? All right, this way, this way. They're releasing them. They're releasing this thing. They're releasing everything. But wait, But they had to have brought this thing here first before releasing it. Pick it up. Okay. Don't look. Don't look. It teleports. So you have to look and cripple it at the same time. Hey, the path. The path. That way. Quick. Whoa. Dogs. 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 Don't block. Don't block. No. That was a great choke point. Lost a good gun. What are those? Eggs? Smash them quickly? Yeah, the chicken eggs. I think in the lore, they're indestructible. But you can kill the chickens. The chickens. These things are from... The Foundation incubated these things and then just released them everywhere to, like... Whoa, whoa! Mama chicken! You wanna go? Tsk, tsk, tsk. Damn. This one could feed us for a year. What's that sound? Get ready to drink the Kool-Aid. Click it. Only the baby chicks woke up. Don't shoot them! Don't shoot them! Watch out! Watch out! Okay. The elevator crushed them. Wiped out. Wiped out. Wiped out. So damn slow. Feels like clunky old furniture. Alright, got it. Wait, is he dead? Leo got killed again. I think we have friendly fire on. My only mission in life now is to kill those chickens. Wait, those guys are bad news. They're escorting them over here. Like, I have 14 ping. My score is 70 because I killed Leo 3 times. Laughter. All right. Jesus. Just stop shooting, damn it. Wait, are those Foundation personnel? Are we supposed to jump down? No, go up there. This way. Over here. Over here. How is he shooting and not hitting anything? I think there are other soldiers shooting now. The Foundation's guys. The Foundation guys are shooting. Yeah, I forgot about the Foundation guys. Oh my God, I lost. Be careful. They have guns. Turn your lights off if you don't need them. They'll see you. Entry. 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 Go! Leo, you take left. You take left. Okay. Okay. Entry. Leo, I'll take right. Oh, they're going hard. They're going hard. 2 down. I'm dead. Put on the wax mask. Put on the wax mask. Focus. 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 Okay. You guys go right, flank 'em. Leo and Dan, take the right. Me and Max on the left. Always turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. They see me. I'm dead first. Cover me. Got you, you son of a bitch. Ah, let's just go. It's a trap. Fall back. Fall back. 2 are dead. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. God. Their shots hurt. Shot 3 of them in here. I'm dead. Okay, I'm flanking right. I'm with Leo. I'm with you, man. Was that you, or did I just see it flash across the screen? Yeah, it was just the crazy head thing. Got a headshot. Chickens here. Chicken gang. No, the lore on this, the lore runs deep. It's creepy. What the are those glasses for? What the to look cool? They're executing D-class over there, see? There's blood over here, guys. I've got blood here. There's blood at my position. All right, let me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Monster somewhere? Go. Keep going. This one's cool too. In here, in here, in here. Hey, over here, over here. Nice. Why does it sound like a whistle? There are more guns here. Oh, it's a party. Can you customize your loadout? You can. Okay. Lights out. Let's go. There. I don't know why, but whenever I run, I see my own coat. In the middle. Whoa, this looks like... Hey, need to do the wires. Shit, my trigger. Let me just open this pipe. Go, Leo, go through. Leo, go press the red button up there. Man, do I have to load the whole mag before I can fire? No, you can stop midway. Just click the mouse and it'll interrupt. Over here now. Has to be in the right order. There's one on the floor. It's opening. Not yet. Not yet. Can't let go yet. Can't hold it any longer. The last one's over here. Jesus. All right. All right. Go open door 3. Press 3. Don't go over. All right. Go. Go. To the missile. The missile. Wait for me. I'm running. Okay. Let's go. The flashbangs actually work. My reticle is gone. This T90 has no crosshair. It's hard to aim. Who's flashing their light? Oh, there's a ladder. What? It's coming again. Where's the shotgun? Okay. Find the code. Almost there. Oh, for fuck's sake. I step outside and just stand there. What the hell? Did the valve crush you or something? No, I got eaten by the door. What? You got eaten by the door? Got the fingerprint. Got the fingerprint. I got the fingerprint! Let's go! How can a door eat you? The door's still... You're in the foundation, man. Which one do I press? Found it. 7,719. Here. Here. I'm on you. I see it. 7,719. Let's go! Yes! AK! Water! 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 Hey! The machine is broken! Hey, there's a D-class holding a cat here. Over here. Laughing. He's laughing. No, he's not. Oh, 173 is here, dude. It followed you all the way here. What do we do? Hey, no. Let's just go and break everything for it. We're RPG players. Go, Leo. I'll watch for you. Leo, after this, we're playing black. Trying to bait me into playing black again. Any time is game time. Guys? Where are you? Behind us. Turn around. This is definitely personal. 100%. What the hell? Screw you. Personal vendetta. A personal vendetta. Can you? Believe it. 3 times, man. He. You. Nice shot. Retry the generator. Let's see where that spot is. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I know where it is now. Okay. Where to go? Can't go this way. Back to where we were. Hey, I get it now. Head's gone. Head's gone. I get it. Go. Go. Everyone. I'm watching. It's dark here, too. Understood. Can't die. Run down. Run down. Run all the way down. Yes. Okay. Get up high. Get on the hill, man. Get to heaven, man. Leo, watch heaven. The water room. Anyone who takes a group photo in this room looks good. Hey, over here, again. You can. You can. Just look up. Look. 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 Look at it. Okay. Holding. Leo! Leo! The lag is insane. Oh my god. Behind. Behind. Oh shit. Jesus. Was it just me? Or did a spider just burst and a million little spiders jumped on you? Yeah. I always have to be on alert that Leo's head might appear at any moment, or that Leo is about to shoot me in the head. Hey, now. We don't know who's been shooting Leo in the head. I seriously have to be on guard. Leo's really gotten into your head. Ugh. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Ignore it. Holy shit, they're gonna shoot us to hell. Clapping. Okay. These things are easy to shoot. Chickens. Let's go, guys. I'll tank. You guys shoot. These guys are getting skewered. Entry. Coordinate. Coordinate. Oh my god, I can't believe it. That was a headshot. I've shot him 5 times. I believe it. I believe it. Leo's purpose in life is to lower my score. Let's just put it that way. Oh, Jesus. Behind. Behind. Shit, he killed the main damage dealer first. Shit, he killed our boy Leo first. God, what? A psycho. Kill the main DPS, and the team falls apart. Okay, let's go. Alright, let's do Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is short. Let's just play it. Chapter 2. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Into the chapter. God. Look at the frame rate. Yeah. Lag. You know what lag means every time? Enemy spawn. Which direction is the shooting from? Both sides? Ah, don't die. I'm out of ammo. This is bad. They're shooting at each other. The D-Class are fighting. I don't know who they're fighting. They're fighting each other. The D-Class are helping the D-Class. Right. Class D. That's right. Here's the author. Any more? They're all dead. Go. 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 What the? Hey! It's every man for himself over there. Tough. You've got to be kidding me. I died for you. What? That guy Max, he just point. The financial power of the SCP, it's like they're flexing their financial power, locked from inside. Find the technician backstage. Oh no. Looking at it, what do you guess this thing's ability is? Yes, its ability is to stop me from entering the women's restroom. Holy shit. Look what it's doing. 1 survivor. You die even if you don't look at it? It looks at you. You die. You look at it. You die even faster. Have you figured out how to beat this thing? Smash them all. Smash all the screens. Don't let it jump between screens anymore. If there's a screen, it can jump. Got it. Got it. Shit, I have to keep looking around to see which screens I haven't smashed. Yeah. Whoa. This is creepy as hell. Damn it. Yeah. Just don't let it jump into your line of sight. Okay. I found the code 724. Our purpose of destroying these projectors is complete. Oh God. About to die. I die really easily. I die easily. Back is about to die. She still sits on her side of the bed. Voicemail. Saved 6 months ago. Hey, hun. I just got off work. Traffic's kind of bad on the interstate, but I should be home by 7. Do you want me to grab Chinese? or that soup you like on Willow. Anyway, call me if you think of anything. Love you." That's the last thing I ever heard from her. I've listened to that message so many times I can tell where the static starts to fade behind her voice. I know the tiny hitch in her laugh when she says soup. The police told me she probably hit the bridge embankment before she ever realized the car was skidding. They said it like mercy, but I still see the headlights folding in on themselves every time I close my eyes. The phone sits on her nightstand. Screen cracked. Battery long dead. I can't bring myself to delete the message. I've stopped charging it, though. The light that used to blink when it was plugged in blue, steady, patient, started to feel like something watching. I still sleep on my side of the bed. Her pillow hasn't moved. There's a faint impression where her head used to rest. I straighten it every morning so it doesn't disappear. The closet still smells like her shampoo. Every few weeks I open it and stand there until the scent fades, then close the door before it can all drift away. Most nights I talk to the mirror across from the bed. I don't remember why I set it there. Maybe I liked seeing the window reflected behind us, the illusion of space. Lately I keep it because it feels like the only thing listening. Sometimes I can almost imagine she's sitting beside me, just out of view on her side, facing the wall. It's easier to speak when I can pretend she's hearing me. Work hasn't changed. I manage a small, 2-screen movie theater downtown. The owner barely shows up anymore, so I run the place by routine. I sit in the projection booth, watch the same reels loop over and over. There's a comfort in it, stories that end the same way every time, people who stay alive as long as the light keeps moving through them. My sister drops by once a week. She brings groceries, talks about the neighbors, asks if I've thought about selling the house. I tell her I'm fine. I think she knows I'm lying, but she still smiles and straightens the picture frames before she leaves. The last time she came, she touched the bedspread and said softly, "It still smells like her." Then she looked at me, waiting for an answer I didn't have. The nights are the hardest. I can hear the pipes breathing under the floorboards, the wind moving through the siding. I keep the lights low. Brightness feels wrong now. I sit in bed, look at the mirror, and talk until my voice runs out. It's not prayer, more like rehearsal. Last week, something changed. I was halfway through telling her about the new kid working concessions, a teenager who doesn't understand how to tear tickets straight, and I saw a shift in the mirror. Not movement exactly, but a thickening of the shadow near her side of the bed. It was late, and the lamp was dim, so I thought my eyes were playing tricks. But when I leaned forward, the shadow leaned too, just a fraction of a second behind. I didn't sleep that night. The next evening I left the lamp on and sat there again, watching. Around 2 a.m., the air turned colder. I could see my breath. The shape was there, faint, like someone sitting perfectly still with their back to me. I spoke her name. The shadow trembled once, then settled. I know how it sounds. Grief makes ghosts of anything that will hold still long enough. But I swear I saw the curve of her shoulder, the dip in the mattress reflected in the glass. I told myself it was memory, habit, something in my brain filling the void. That should have been enough. I didn't touch the mirror for a few days after that first night. I tried to treat it like a hallucination, like something my brain invented because it needed a body to talk to. I worked longer shifts at the theater, sat in the booth with the projectors running, the soundtracks washing over me. The repetition used to soothe me. Real changes, countdowns. the hum of the bulb. But now the gaps between films felt like falling through open space. Customers stopped coming in during the week. I'd turned the volume low and let the light from the screen flicker over the seats, pretending she was sitting somewhere in the dark, watching with me. Once, during a late showing, I swore I saw a head turn in the reflection of the glass between the booth and auditorium. Familiar hair, familiar slope of the shoulders, but when I looked straight out, the row was empty. My sister, Helen, called that weekend. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail saying she was worried that people at work had told her I'd been leaving early, forgetting schedules. She asked if I was seeing someone the way people mean a professional. The question made me laugh. The sound that came out of me didn't sound like a laugh. That night I went back to the mirror. The air in the room felt heavy, the kind of pressure that builds before rain. I sat on the edge of the bed and spoke softly, like I was afraid of waking someone. "I've been trying," I said. "I really am. But everything feels quieter without you." In the reflection, the shadow pulsed once, the way light shifts behind a moving curtain. Over the next week, I started timing my evenings around it. I'd come home from the theater, shower, sit on my side of the bed. I'd talk about customers, about movies, about nothing at all. It didn't matter what I said. What mattered was that I filled the silence. The reflection was always the same, her shape facing the far wall, unmoving. Still, I knew when it was listening. The air changed, and the ache in my chest loosened, just for a moment. Helen came over unannounced one night. I hadn't cleaned. She stood in the doorway, looking at the drawn curtains, the half-eaten takeout on the counter. "You're scaring me, Tom," she said. I told her I was fine, just tired from work. "You need sunlight," she said. "You need to see people." I almost said, "I see her every night," but stopped myself. Instead, I promised to visit next week. We both knew I wouldn't. After she left, I found the mirror fogged, as if someone had breathed against it. The temperature was normal, no steam, no open windows. I wiped the glass, and for the briefest instant felt warmth under my palm, like skin. The following days blurred. At work, I sat through films I couldn't remember loading. People spoke to me, and I nodded without hearing. My boss called once to ask about payroll, and I realized I hadn't filed it in 2 weeks. The mirror waited for me each night like a confession booth. By the end of that month, the outline in the reflection was clearer. I could see the fabric of her nightgown, the way her hair fell over one shoulder. She still faced away, head bowed slightly as though listening. I started whispering apologies, things I'd said in anger, promises I'd broken. Each time I spoke, I swore I heard the faintest sigh in return. Then, one evening, she moved, only a little. The mirror caught the tilt of her head, a subtle shift as though she were about to turn. I froze, breath held, waiting. But she stayed like that, half-turned, silent. I sat awake until dawn, eyes burning, afraid to blink. When Helen visited again, I didn't answer the door. She knocked until her voice cracked, then left a note. I watched her drive away from the window and felt nothing except the weight of needing to get back upstairs to check if the reflection was still there. It was. That night I dragged the lamp closer to the mirror. The light should have broken the illusion, revealed nothing more than glass and my own hollowed face. Instead, it showed more detail, the pale line of her neck, the edge of her hand resting on her lap. My throat closed. I whispered her name, and I swear the corners of the reflection trembled, as though the whole surface were exhaling. I didn't go to work the next day. I sat on the bed until sunrise, talking, waiting. The next few weeks lost their edges. I'd wake in the morning with the lamp still burning, clothes still on, the taste of dust thick in my mouth. Sometimes I would remember talking for hours, sometimes not a word. The mirror always held her, motionless, as though time on that side moved slower. Work began to slide away from me. The popcorn machine broke, and I never fixed it. A shipment of soda syrup sat in the stockroom until it went bad. I'd open the theater doors, start a movie, and drift upstairs to the booth where the projectors hummed like something breathing. The light washed over the glass, the same endless flicker. Watching it felt safer than stepping outside. One afternoon, the assistant manager, Caleb, found me sitting in the back row long after the film had ended. He said my name twice before I heard him. "You okay, man?" I told him I was fine, just tired. He frowned and pointed at the screen. My own reflection stared back from the black surface, a faint outline behind it as if another figure sat 2 seats over, just out of the projector's range. I blinked, and it was gone. That night, I came home to find the bedroom colder than before. The mirror's surface looked wet, like condensation forming from inside. I spoke her name. The air in my throat felt heavy. The outline in the glass was clearer than ever. I could see the folds of her nightgown, the exact tilt of her head. "You don't have to hide," I whispered. "You can look at me." The reflection didn't move, but I felt pressure in my ears, faint and constant, like the air itself had thickened. By morning, the ringing hadn't faded. At work, every sound seemed muffled under it. The chatter of customers, the hum of the projector. I turned the volume up on the films until the dialogue warped into static. Helen called again. "Tom, please," she said. "Mom's asking about you. I can come by this weekend." "Don't," I said too quickly. She was quiet a long time. "You're obsessing over her again, aren't you?" The line crackled. I almost asked what she meant, but she hung up before I could. That night, I sat before the mirror longer than ever. The shape on the bed seemed closer, almost brushing the edge of my pillow. When I blinked, I thought I saw her fingers flex. The sound in my ears deepened to a low, thrumming pulse. I pressed my palms against my head, whispered that I missed her, that I'd do anything for another day, another look. The reflection shimmered, once, like heat over pavement, then everything stilled. I could swear I smelled her. Perfume, again, faint but unmistakable. I didn't go to work for 3 days. Caleb left messages asking if I was sick. Helen knocked on the door and shouted my name. I stayed upstairs, lights off, curtains drawn. I ate cereal straight from the box and watched the mirror instead of movies. By the 4th night, the reflection began to blur at the edges. I leaned close enough that my breath fogged the glass. Beneath the fog, I saw her hand move a slow, uncertain motion, palm opening as if reaching toward me. I raised my own. When my fingertips met the surface, a sharp pressure filled my ears, a whistle that climbed until the world narrowed to pain. I jerked back. The mirror trembled on its stand, but didn't fall. My reflection looked pale and bloodless. A thin trickle ran from my left ear down my neck. I told myself I must have burst a vessel. I cleaned the blood with shaking hands, afraid to look back at the glass. When I finally did, the shape had returned to its stillness, her head bowed, hair spilling over her shoulder. "Waiting," I whispered. "I'm sorry." and the ringing softened to a hum, almost musical. Days bled together. The theater stopped calling. Helen left a note at the door I never opened. I lived by the mirror's clock, now the slow shift of light across her unmoving figure. My own reflection had grown unfamiliar, pale and stretched, the eyes ringed in gray. Sometimes, if I looked long enough, I'd see her head tilt slightly, like she was listening. I began speaking to her in whispers, whole conversations whispered through the dark. I told her what the morning smelled like, how I hadn't mowed the lawn, how her clothes still hung in the closet, untouched. I told her that I knew she was real, that death couldn't have stolen everything. Each time, the air thickened, pressing against my ears until it felt like the house itself was leaning closer to listen. One night, I dreamed of her voicemail again, the one she left while driving home that last day. I could hear the sound of the turn signal, the faint hum of the radio, and her voice saying she'd be home soon. But this time, as the words faded, the ringing began louder than before, filling the space where her voice should have been. I woke with blood on my pillow, and my hearing dulled to a steady, humming silence. When I looked toward the mirror, she was standing now, not seated, not bowed, standing, her back still to me, facing the far corner of the room. The shape of her shoulders was wrong, too narrow, too sharp, but the nightgown hung just the same. I felt something inside me break open, a terrible mix of joy and fear. I whispered her name. My voice sounded like it came from underwater. She didn't move. I took a step closer, then another. My reflection followed, faint and trembling, eyes wide. The air trembled around me, a low vibration in my skull. "Please," I said, "please, just turn around." Her head twitched, slowly, mechanically. The surface of the glass rippled like water struck by wind. My vision blurred. I reached for the frame to steady myself, and the moment my fingers touched it, the sound hit me an impossible, screaming frequency that pierced straight through the world. My knees gave out. Blood poured hot and thin from both ears. The mirror flashed white. For 30 minutes, though it could have been longer, I saw nothing. Just light. My eyes burned as if they were full of glass. I remember crawling backward, clutching at the carpet, trying to breathe. The hum filled everything, and beneath it, her voice soft, rhythmic, whispering my name the way she used to when I woke from bad dreams. I wanted to answer. God help me. I wanted to. But every time I opened my mouth, the light grew brighter, and the whisper turned into something else. When sight returned, the mirror was empty. My reflection stared back, pale and hollow. The other side of the bed was made, untouched. The house was silent, except for the faint drip of blood from my chin. I haven't gone to work since. I haven't left this room. The mirror sits across from me, dark now, and I can feel it pulsing in the dark like a heartbeat. Sometimes, just before sleep, I hear the faintest breath behind the glass. Sometimes I see motion in the corner of my eye. I tell myself it's just the dark, but I know better. I think she's waiting for me to turn it around. The face, whatever it is, wasn't supposed to be seen, and it's angry that I didn't look long enough. I can hear it humming again, low and steady. It's in the walls now, in the floorboards. I've tried everything covering the mirror, smashing it, even moving it downstairs. Every time I wake, it's back in its place at the foot of the bed, facing me. I can't sleep without hearing her voice. It sounds so small now, so sad. I know this isn't really a place to ask for help, but I don't know where. else to go. I can't call Helen. I can't leave this room. I just need someone, anyone, to tell me what to do before tonight ends, because I can feel it getting closer again. The air is heavier. The hum won't stop. And I know, God, I know before the night is over, I'm going to turn the mirror around. Please, if anyone's reading this, please tell me what to do.